Hey everybody, it's Dave here with Blue Bears Games. Once again, we are Crackin Packs. Today I'm actually proud to present to you my arrival of Zendikar Rising. And this is a set booster box. A little different than the draft booster box. Some of the things in here are going to be a little different. I'm going to go ahead and get started and we'll go over everything as we go. I waited quite a while for these to come in. I was not happy with how long it took to get here, but I understand why with all the problems going on. It's understandable, but they're here. I finally got my case in, and we're going to go ahead and finally open some of these things. So let's get cracking. First thing you'll notice is the box is a little different than a regular booster box. It's kind of like a specialty box, has a lot of different things in them. The packs are a little different, as you can see, and there's less of them. However, there's something even cooler. So we got the set boosters and a box topper. And inside set boosters, things are a little different. As always, we're going to do the box toppers last, and we're going to get started. So this only has 12 cards in it instead of 15. And the stuff that's inside them is actually different. Instead of having more draft stuff, this is going to actually have more usable stuff for non-draft. So this is my first time opening them, so we'll open them together and I'll go over it. Alright, so the first thing up is the art card. Just a regular art card. Some of them are signed, some of them are not. Get a land. And then the commons and uncommons are set up so that they're supposed to be more friendly with each other in regular decks. I'm not 100% sure exactly how they're going to look, but let's take a look. So, let's see. It looks like 2 artifacts right in a row. Adventure awaits. Spare supplies. Alright, and then, so I got 4 commons. That means my uncommons start coming up. Springmantle Cleric. Grotag Night Runner. Kazandu Nectar Pot, Deliberate, Demon's Disciple. The rare is Null Priest of Oblivion, and then the foil is Vanquish the Weak. And I don't know what this is. I have no idea what that is. I'll take a look at that later and see what I come up with. Alright, that must be a new way to play the game. So anyway. So common, 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 uncommon, uncommon, a common, and a common, an uncommon, and then a rare and a foil. So I didn't really see anything out of that that was different than normal, other than there's less cards in it. So let's hope the rest goes a little bit better than that. There's supposed to be a list card in each pack, or in a couple of packs, one every 4, I think it is. Apparently that didn't have it. Alright, so token, I guess we'll go ahead and put the token with the art card. So here we have an art card, and it has a foil stamp on it. What that usually means, so if it doesn't have a signature and it has the gold foil stamp, that means that the artist was not available for a signature, is what I'm told. Oh, that's cool. Foil, full art island. Always nice. We'll put that there. Let's see. Mind Drain, Glacial Clasp. Alright. Soaring Thought Thief. Uncommon, Skyclave Plunder. Concerted Defense. What's this? Kabira Takedown. Those are all uncommons. So this came with 4 uncommons. Expedition Champion. And a Malakir Blood Priest as the commons. And the rare is Nighthawk Scavenger. It's a 30 cast, 1 star, 1+ star, and 3. It's a Vampire Rogue Flying Death Touch Lifelink. Its power is equal to 1 plus the number of types of cards in your opponent's graveyard, so it can be actually get up there. It's kind of like a a flying Death Touch Lifelink Tarmogoyf of sorts, and then a foil Adventure Awaits. Alright, so no list cards. The list is basically a small list of cards that they released that are reprints. Alright, so the art card wasn't signed, and the art card is Swarm Shambler. Looks like the same one, but without the signature. And a full art Mountain. Deliberate, Jiraga Visionary. It's an elf that's like the Elvish Visionary, where it comes into play, draw a card. It's a 3/2. Skyclave Squid, McKindy Ox, and Dreadworm. Those are the commons. Scion of the Swarm. That's the uncommon. It's kind of weird that the common comes after it. A full art Dreadworm or an extended. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. They just have different ways for these. Marasa Brute. And my rare slot is Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients. It's a mythic. It's white, red, and 2, 4 loyalty. It's a Nahiri Planeswalker. Its +1 is create a 1/1 white core warrior creature token, and you may attach an equipment you control to it. -2 is look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a warrior or equipment card from among them. Put it into your hand and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. The quote-unquote ultimate, or -3, is Nahiri, Heir to the Ancients, deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to twice the number of equipment you control. And the foil is Ardent Electromancer, and then a token here. So what's that, 3 packs I think it was so far? No list cards. And I wish these had a pull tab. They don't have a pull tab like the other ones do. Alright. I guess you get used to it. From what I can tell, this is a full art island. And that's pretty cool. I like the full art stuff. Full art Swamp. Anti-Cognition. Skyclave Sentinel. Might of Marasa. Gnarlid Colony. And Royal Eruption are the commons so far. Uncommon, Spoils of Adventure. Salon Division. Another Anti-Cognition. And a rare here is Squad Commander. It's a 1 white, 3 of any. 3/3 core warrior. It's when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white core warrior creature token for each creature in your party. And then at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. I got a second rare, Nimble Trap Finder. To cast 2/1 Human Rogue. It can't be blocked if you had another Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, or Wizard enter the battlefield on your control this turn. And then at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, which is all the creature types here, creatures you control gain whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card until end of turn. And then the third rare, it's a foil, Relic Robber. 30 cast 2/2 Goblin Rogue with haste. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player creates a 0/1 Goblin Construct artifact creature token with this creature can't block, and at the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 1 damage to you. And then I guess that's another way to play the game. So this pack had 3 rares in it. Unfortunately, nothing too spectacular. I mean, obviously, we're looking for the greens. Green had the best, from my opinion anyway, the best set of rares and mythics for this set. So I haven't gotten a single one of them yet, and I've opened 4 packs, and I haven't even gotten a card from the list. Alright, what do we got here? What art is this? I think that's a land as well, isn't it? It is. It's Clearwater Pathway. It's the art for that, art card for that. An island for the full art land. Let's just go through real quick. 2 commons from the beginning. And the way that these packs are set up, it's a little different, so it's harder to do it. And then uncommon, 4 uncommons, 5 uncommons in a row. So the 5 uncommons were Sure-Footed Infiltrator, a Merfolk Wind Robber, a Thundering Rebuke, a Low Mage Familiar, and a Colony Ambush. And then a common, Dauntless Unity. And then Kazandu Nectar Pot again for like the 50th time. The rare is a Branch Loft Pathway, which is the white-blue, or I'm sorry, white-green dual motor-faced whatever they call them. And then the foil is a Skyclave Squid. And woohoo, my list card is a common that I have a million of. So, did nothing for me. So that's kind of a waste. Alright. They're not all going to be winners. Let's just be honest. Alright. A copy token, which is weird. I don't know anything about that. The the art card is Akiri Fearless Voyager. And a Plains. Go past the commons here. Blood Reckoning, Field Research, into the Royal. Alright, Journey to Oblivion uncommon. Allied Assault uncommon. Brushfire Elemental uncommon. Looks like alternate art or border. I don't know what they call these here. Tormenting Voice, and the rare Maul of Skyclaves. It's artifact equipment for 3. When it enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. And equipped creature gets +2/+2, has flying and first strike, and equips for 4. And the next card down is also a rare. Not a rare, but it's a mythic. It's Omnath, the Locus of Creation. It's the one that everybody's kind of trying to get. It's the, I guess, alternate borderless. I don't know what they call these. It's blue, white, green, red. When it comes into play, draw a card. It's a 4/4 elemental. It has landfall, and its landfall is different. It's one of the best. It's when a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. For the first time. For the second time, you add 1 of each of its colors. If it's a third, it deals 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. So not a bad pool. That's one of the best ones I can get. And then a foil Tazim Royal Mage. So not a bad pack. What would have made that better would be if, it had the list card in there, and I'm looking for a specific list card just like everybody else. Same one. I'm looking for Scroll Rack. Alright. Token is an insect. Full art card is Malakir Brood. I don't like the art cards. I'm not really a big fan. The land was a foil full art Plains. Always good to have, get them. Alright, commons. Common. Lots of commons there. Moss Pit Skeleton. I think that's a reprint. I'm not sure. Is uncommon. Palaka Predation. And Scion of the Swarm. The rare here is Valakut Awakening. It's 3 to cast. It actually flips into a land that taps for red. Not flips, but you can play it as a land, and then it's an instant that put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, and then draw that many +1. And a Crawling Barrens. It's a land that adds a colorless, or you can pay 4 and put 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and you may have it become a 0/0 elemental creature until end of turn, and it's still land. And the foil is a Stonework Pack Beast. Alright. I guess these cards here are like inserts that show you how you can play the game differently. So, alright. The art card is for Nissa. Not a bad one. Full art Forest. And we'll go through the commons real quick, because nobody really cares about the commons. Sometimes not even the uncommons. Amiria Captain. Relic Axe. Tangled Florahedron. And then 2 more commons, it looks like. And the rare is a Glass Pool Mimic. It is 3 to cast for a 0/0 Shapeshifter Rogue. And it says you may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature you control, except it's a Shapeshifter Rogue in addition to its other types. And it can be flipped over, or it can be played as a land that taps to add for blue. And then a Taunting Arbor Mage for the foil. Alright, next. Looks like it is another land here. It is. This is a mountain, full art mountain, an island, and then the commons. We'll go through them real quick. Vastwood Surge, Marasa Sprouting, Spitfire Lagic. I don't know what the hell it's called. 2 more commons and uncommon, Bloodchief's Thirst, and then the first rare card, Yasharn Implacable Earth. Alright, it's a white, a green, and 2 for a 4/4 elemental boar. It's a legendary creature, and when it enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic forest and the basic plains, reveal those cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. The foil is Mind's Drain, and it looks like I get a uncommon list card. It's Reality Shift. Exile target creature, its controller manifests top card of the library. So far on my list cards, I've come up pretty short. I kind of expected that, though. Alright, Cat Beast token. The art card is for Anawan. And I get a full art mountain. Alright. Don't care about the commons. The uncommons are okay. Kargan War Leader. Bayin Vale. Common, the rare Aura, Skyclave Hierophant. Black White 2 for a legendary court cleric. That's a 2 or a 3/3 with lifelink. When it or another cleric you control dies, return target cleric card with lesser converted mana cost from your graveyard to the battlefield. I actually think I may make a deck out of him. And a Bubble Snare for the foil. Alright. Construct. Ooh. It's a art card for the Good Island. It's the island that I like. And then a full art island. Alright. So, past the commons, because nobody cares. Soaring Thought Thief for the uncommon. Skyclave Plunder. More common, uncommon, and then Magmatic Channeler is the rare slot. It's 1 red, 1 of any for a 1/3 human wizard. As long as there are 4 or more instant and or sorcery cards in your graveyard, it gets +3/+1. Tap, discard a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library, then choose one of them. You may play that card this turn. And a foil Seagate Banneret. Alright, moving on. Insect token for the start. Alright. Ooh, look at that. I still haven't gotten a signed one. I've gotten the ones that have the gold on them. So it means that I've gotten so far 2 that the signature is not there, which means that, I don't know. Unless that is their signature. I guess it is. It's not really a signature so much as a stamp. But whatever. Plains. Alright, common. Uncommon, Bloodchief's Thirst. Enclave Shadow Cat. And McKinsey Stampede. Common, and the rare is Myriad Construct, 4 to cast for a 4/4 Construct artifact creature token. Or, I'm sorry, an artifact creature. With the kicker of 3, if it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 3/+1, with a +1/+1 counter on it For each non-basic land your opponents control, that could be good in Commander. When Myriad Construct becomes a target of a spell, sacrifice it and create a number of 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature tokens equal to its power. And a foil Gul'Draz Mucklord. What we got here? This one's Expedition Healer art card. No signature. Foil Full Art Forest is my art card, or my land card. Commons, let's get past the commons. Concerted Defense. Spoils of Adventure. Common. And the foil, or I'm sorry, the rare slot is Coveted Prize. It's 1 black, 4 of any. It costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. If you have a full party, you may cast a card with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Not a bad one. Foil Seafloor Stalker, and then nothing. And here I thought I had an extra card in the pack, that I had a list card. I did not. I had absolute crap. It was literally trash. Alright, the token is a plant token. Art card. The art is Seachrome Coast. So, that's interesting. Alright. Full Art Forest. Get past the commons. And Iridescent Hornbeetle. Marassa Root Grazer. And a Brushfire Elemental. Vastwood Fortification. So uncommons there. That's a common. Alright. Now, first rare in the pack is Zagra's Thief of Heartbeats. Black-red 4. Legendary Vampire Rogue. It's a 4/4. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Flying, Death Touch, Haste. Other creatures you control have Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a Planeswalker, destroy that Planeswalker. Second rare, Squad Commander. That's the one I had earlier, I read to you. And then a foil rare, Inscription of Insight. It's 4 to cast for a sorcery. Kicker of 2 blue and 2. You can choose one, and if the spell is kicked, choose any number instead. Your choices are return up to 2 creature cards to their owner's hands, scry 2, then draw 2. Or target player creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the number of cards in your hand. Alright. Still looking for those green cards. Haven't gotten them yet. Alright, looks like a Jace. This is a Jace. It's Jace the Mirror Mage. Alright. The full art, it lands as a mountain. Alright. Into the royal, blah, 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 blah. Alright. Uncommon, Journey to Oblivion, Soul Mad Treachery. 2 more commons, it looks like. And then my rare is a Riverglide Pathway. It's the one that you can choose red or blue. Foil is Resolute Strike. And what is this crap? This is crap. And my list card was Trokin Highguard. It's literally crap. It's a 4 to cast 3/3 generic nothing creature that I could wipe my ass with and still make better as toilet paper. Why that's a card on the list is annoying. Alright. Token. It's a cat token. Looks like some goblin. It is Teeter Peak Ambusher is the art card. Swamp for the island, or for the land, and then common. Well, that was quick on the commons. Alright. Uncommon Ruin Crab, Canyon Jerboa, Fearless Fledgling, and Roiling Regrowth. And then a Fearless Fledgling again, only in alternate art, I guess. Alright, into the royal. Alright, first things first, a rare Swarm Shambler, 1 green for a 0/0 Fungus Beast. So I gotta read this because I do have a fungus deck. It enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter and it becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. And 1 tap, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay, so it doesn't help that deck. Skyclave Shade, 2 to cast, 3/1 with kicker of 3. It can't block. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under control. If it was in your graveyard and it's your turn, you may cast it from your graveyard. Okay, and the foil is a Ghostly Gloom Hunter. Alright, next. Alright, the art card is the Plains. And then an island. Let's pass that. Allied Assault, Emiria Captain, Relic Axe, Kargan War Leader, and Zolf Consumption. That's a lot of uncommons. Alright, rares. Craglorn Pathway, it's the green-red one. And Nimble Trap Finder. It's 2 to cast, Human Rogue for 2. It's a 2/1. Can't be blocked if you had another Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, or Wizard enter the battlefield under your control this turn. And then at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, you can draw a card. Okay, I think I read that earlier. For Field Research. Draw 2 cards. If spell is kick, draw 3 instead. It's not horrible. Alright. And more trash. Yeah, it looks like it's going to take me a little longer to get through this box just because the way that it's set up, it's not as easy to open as a what would be a draft booster where you just know the commons and uncommons are there. So I'm going to actually start just skipping through the uncommons as well. No extinguisher there, that. So not that I'm trying to hurry up or anything. I just, you know, people really only care about the rare or the mythic, so we're just going to go to that. Alright, my mythic. Agadeem's Awakening, 3 black X. It's a sorcery return from your graveyard to the battlefield any number of target creature cards that each have a different converted mana cost, X or less. And it is dual modal face card, whatever the hell, and it can enter the battlefield as a land that taps for black. And it bolts you. And then a Relic Axe is the foil. But yeah, we're going to just skip through the uncommons as well, unless there's something really cool. I doubt it. There's only a couple uncommons that I'm really caring about. And as far as the art cards, I only care if they have... Ooh, at least it's a full. I only really care if they have the signature at this point. And these are just done so differently. Alright. Nissa of the Shadowed Bows. Black, green 2, 4 loyalty Nissa. Landfall, whenever land enters battlefield under your control, put a loyalty counter on it. +1 is untap target land you control. You may have it become a 3/3 elemental with haste and menace, and it's still a land. And its ultimate is you may have a creature, or you may put a creature card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control onto the battlefield from your hand or graveyard with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Foil and the Hiri's Binding, and my list card is Saber Ants, and when it is dealt damage, put that many 1/1 green insect creatures into play. So, alright, let's keep moving. Alright, so my art card, still no signature. Commons, uncommons. And the rare Thieving Skydiver 2 for a 2/1 Merfolk Rogue with kicker X, where X can't be 0. Flying, when it enters the battlefield, if it was kicking control of target artifact with converted mana cost X or less, if that artifact is an equipment, attach it to Thieving Skydiver. The foil is a Mesa Lynx and an illusion token. Alright. Let's keep spinning. Alright, no signature on the art card. The Plains. Alright, nothing there, nothing there. The rare is Oran Reef Ooze. It's a 3 to cast 2/2 Ooze. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, and when it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature with a +1/+1 counter on it. And the foil is a Kargan War Leader. Other words, get +1/+1. And my list card is Aven Rift Watcher. When it comes into play or leaves play, gain 2 life with vanishing. So nothing too spectacular there either. I haven't even gotten a rare card from the list yet, let alone a good card. I've gotten a rare card at all. Full construct. No signature on that one either. Got a mountain. Disenchant. Uncommons. Common. Uncommon. Luminarch Aspirant. It's 2 to cast 1/1. Human Cleric. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And a Dreadworm foil. Hell, here's the problem. Opening these up after having already opened up a collector's booster, getting the foils is not really all that exciting because most of them I already got. Looks like is that an island? No. It's Morphic Pool for art card. Alright, a swamp. Nothing. It's a lot of uncommons. Common. Skyclave Apparition. 2 white, 1 of any for a 2/2 core spirit. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent you don't control with converted mana cost 4 or less. And then when it leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card. It's good removal. And then a Cliffhaven Cell Sword foil. And then my list card is Kazandu Battle Master, or Blade Master, 2 to cast 1/1. This is actually not a bad one because it's a soldier that's 2 to cast 1/1 with first strike. Vigilance, and when it or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That one's not a horrible one, but again, it's not a rare. And I mean, of all the options that you can get from a card that's on the list, that's pretty, bad in comparison. Alright, token. Another art card without a signature. An island. Full art island. Nothing there. Uncommon. Common. Alright, another Inscription of Insight. This one, I believe the last one was foil. And then a Wayward Guide Beast, a 1 to cast 2/2 Trample Haste Beast. When it deals combat damage to a player, return a land you control to its owner's hand. And then a full Adranus Silencer. Alright. Cat token. No signature. No gold signature on that one. And planes. Wow, nothing. Undo Inversion, 2 white, 6 of any, destroy all non-land permanents, and then it can be put in as a land that taps for white, and then a foil Farsight Adept. So, not good there either. I haven't gotten any of the big greens that I'm looking for. Like, I have a couple that I want. Alright, no signature there. A foil full art swamp is always good. Uncommon. Coral Helm Chronicler is the first rare. It's 3 to cast 2/2 Merfolk Wizard. Whenever you cast a kick spell, draw a card, then discard a card, and when it attacks, when it enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. Fill a card with the kicker ability from among them, put it in your hand, and put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. The foil is Salundi Vision, and then what I thought was going to be something was a token. So, here I thought these were going to actually have better stuff in them than regular boosters. Yet another unsigned one. How rare are those things? Alright, forest. Uncommon, 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 uncommon. Lots of uncommons in this pack, which means the rare's gonna suck. Phylath, World Sculptor. I actually liked this card when it was spoiled. Green, red, 4 for a 5/5 elemental. It's a legendary creature. When it enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 plant creature token for each basic land you control. And then whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put 4 +1/+1 counters on target plant you control. Thought about making a plant thing with that. And then I realized I thought it's each basic land you control, not each land you control. So it's kind of tough, especially in 2 colors. But you can make it work. And then a Kabir Outrider is the foil. It wasn't the one I was hoping for, though. There's this very specific card I'm hoping for. Alright, art card, not signed. Vanquish the Weak. Lots of commons in this one. Uncommons. Grakmaw. Skyclave Ravager. Black green. 1 for a 0/0. Legendary Hydra Horror. It enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. When another creature you control dies, if it had a +1/+1 counter on it, put a +1/+1 counter on Grakmaw. When it dies, create an XX black and green Hydra creature token where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Grakmaw. And Scale the Heights is the foil. And then, now, this would be good if I didn't have one, because I play Nakusar. The problem is I have a playset of these in foil already from the original set. So while it's my only rare I've gotten, and it's a good one, it's kind of disappointing when it's of the cards you own that are on the list, and you only own like 2 of them. The only card you got from the list that was a rare is the ones you own. Not a bad card though, don't get me wrong. Alright, this is probably a Plains. Yeah, it is. It's a Plains art. And a Swamp. Fort the Grave. Relic Amulet. Alright. Kargan Intimidator is the rare. It's 2 for a 3/1. Cowards can't block warriors. Choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. It gets +1/+1, becomes a coward, and target creature becomes a coward, and then target warrior gains trample. Oh, and then another rare. I hadn't thought about that. Clerics, the Raging Isle. I kind of wanted this to try this guy. He's the big old 0/17 for 4. Spells your opponent's control, or spells your opponent's cast that target him. Costs 2 more to cast, and then for 3, you can make him get +X/-X, where X is the number of islands you control. Kind of hoping to get that just to try it. And a full Into the Roll. I actually think I want to put this in one of my decks. I didn't have one. I couldn't, or let me put it another way. I couldn't find it in my bulk. And then now it's in this set, and I got a foil, so, you know, it's a possibility that it'll go in. Alright, well, let's just get this out of the way. That's just crap. The last pack, by the way, and yet another non-signed card. I thought I was going to get at least 1 or 2 that were signed, unless you count the ones that are foil stamped, which I doubt. Alright, Cleric. That's uncommons. Alright. Full Art Bright Climb Pathway is the final card, and as far as the list goes, that is pretty shit. I don't have anything on the list. It's the black-white one, and a full Pressure Point. And then the final card, hopefully this saves my my day here. Alright, this is the box topper. This is the big get on all these. Alright, ready? And, ooh, it's a shame it's not a foil. This is my second Cavern of Souls that I've gotten. I got a Cavern of Souls from my, what was it, the collector's box. So, I mean, right off the bat, the amount that I paid for these boxes for each box. This actually covers the cost for the most part of the box. So everything else is just, you know, icing on the cake, I guess you could say. I mean, aside from the fact that, look at all these full art lands. Full art lands to me are the key to any deck. I love the art on the full art lands. Only thing I'm not really happy about is I'm looking at all the full art lands and I only have one of these as the island. I'm happy to get them, if at all, but it's the only island I care about. But that box topper was, the only thing I could have made that better was if it was foil. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe that the box toppers come in foil, so it was the best possible scenario I could have hoped for. Let me see what else I got here. I'm going to pull the lands out just because the lands are, for me, probably one of the hardest things to keep in stock for myself. But the Agadeem's Awakening is a good pull. I mean, there's some good stuff in here. I'm a little disappointed in the list stuff, but I mean that's just asking for more than I should probably. But either way, overall, box wasn't bad, especially for what I paid for it. I got an Omnath. I mean, I guess I honestly, at this point, I don't think I could have actually asked for a better box. If you take a look at it, just the 2 cards alone, I got the Omnath and I got the Cavern. This alone pays for the box. I mean, the Cavern paid for the box. So overall, not bad as far as my monetary value out of here. As far as the opening experience, it took a lot longer to open this box than it would have if it was a regular box. I apologize for that. I'm going to try to cut the next box down. I have a whole case of these, so I got 5 more to go. I'll go ahead and try to cut the time down on them. I'm going to skip the commons and uncommons from the future boxes. So, anyway, that was Crackin Packs Zendikar Rising Set boosters. Whether or not they're worth it, it's up to you. For me, this one specifically was worth it just because of the Cavern of Souls. I didn't get a whole lot of art cards that were signed if you're into that. I think I got 2, but they were stamped and not actual signatures. Like that one right there is stamped. And if that's what you're looking for, I didn't get a lot of them. So, anyway, that was, again, that was Crackin Packs with the Zendikar Rising Set boosters. Hoping to get some good stuff out of there. Like, subscribe, share, give me all that good stuff. Go ahead and send this out to your friends. Let them take a look and see if they like it. If you don't know what a set booster was, this is what it was. It was a little different than a regular draft booster. Hopefully it answered your questions on whether or not they're worth getting or not. So until next time, this is Dave with Crackin Packs, and I will see you next week.